Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. This is the 17th of November. This is the week before Thanksgiving. I hope you've got your turkey and everything because you need to put it out to thaw tomorrow. So just a reminder, put your turkey into the refrigerator. I moved mine. I went on and moved mine last night because I didn't want to forget. So there you go. We lived through our feast yesterday at school. We had the little program. The kids were hilarious. We got to meet some of the family members that we didn't, that we haven't seen that don't come at drop off or pick up. So like some dads and some grandmas, and one little girl had her mom and dad, her grandma, and her great grandma. So I thought that was fabulous that they could all be there together. They sang their little songs, and one of them decided at the last minute that he was really gonna get into it, and he kept getting into one of the little girls' dance space, and she was pushing him back because let me tell you, she's serious about her stuff. So she showed great restraint, and he was, like I said, he was the funniest thing. They were just adorable. They were adorable. So we're off next week. So I'm hoping to get my stuff down out of the attic and be ready to decorate. I cooked 2 turkeys. I cooked one for Wednesday night at Daddy's and Annie's house. I cooked the turkey there. And then we're hosting the Williams. We're hosting James's family's Thanksgiving. So I'll cook another one then. So it'll be a 2 turkey week for me. We'll get up and walk the turkey trot on Thanksgiving morning, and then we have a big breakfast together. Wow, that coffee was hot. Annie started doing that years ago. She does hers on Wednesday night. That way, it just frees up everybody to go wherever they need to go. We never are those people that you have to be with us on the day of. I know a lot of people, it has to be the day of, and if that's you, that's fine. I'm just not that person. I tell my kids all the time, if you'll come and see me, I'm thankful and grateful, whatever day it is. It's Thanksgiving. It's Christmas. It's whatever. So we have a fun week ahead. So fun. But Kat should be here in a little bit. I'm going to film. He and Nell may come in while I'm filming. I don't know. He's with his grandma because she drops her youngest off at school and then goes by, and Keely, Bebe has already left for the hospital in Fort Worth. And then Keely goes, to the field, and then she stays there till Catch wakes up. And then they get to going and doing their thing. So she'll drop him off at some point this morning. So I'm not quite sure what time. James Williams will get off at noon, so we have all the things today. But I have got some fun stitching done. I got some fun Happy Mail, haul actually, not Happy Mail. I did get a present, but it didn't come through the mail. So we have had a really good week, and we're planning on having another one. I will start with my finish first. This is Threadworks Primitive. Ever so grateful. I love the turkey. I thought about moving the alphabets that are right up here down to the bottom here, and I just decided not to. I'm going to turn it into a drum anyway. No finishing happened, so, but I didn't have the called fors. So it is on a piece of probably 28 or 32 count mystery linen. Yeah, it's mystery linen. I'm gonna guess it's a 28, but I'm not sure. But I tea dyed it. It's my tea dyeing. So I've got Week Style Works Moss, Sampler Arts, their Gentle Arts threads, Sampler threads from Gentle Arts, Burnt Orange, Harvest Moon, and Wood Trail. So it's just a 4-color chart, so it's not a lot of colors. But I did get it finished this week. And I think he is the cutest thing. I love him. I thought I'd get some finishing done this week. It just didn't happen. for me, I have to have, my brain has to be right to do finishing. So here he is in all his glory. He is so cute. This is the cutest chart. It's not that old. What did I see on here? 2015. So it's not, you know, but it is so cute. Adorable. So I love getting that one finished. That leaves me with 2 to carry over into next year's Thanksgiving finishes. Neither one are humongous, but so we can talk about those real quick. I didn't work on them, but we have, this one is ready. It didn't get started, but I dyed my fabric. It's supposed to be on a piece of 32 count Jack's rum. I knew I had this and could probably get pretty close, and so, you know, here we go. There we go. So that worked out. So this is a beautiful chart, and I will get this one stitched. It didn't even get a start though, but it's gonna stay here and go into the, finish it up. We finished up, so I guess we can talk real quick about some of them, because I have one. Last week was Mr. Delicious. So he was finished last week. He is so cute. And then I have the 2 others that I already finished a couple weeks ago there, and they're to be FFO'd. And then I have this one in here, Autumn Spice. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Autumn Spice by Little House Needleworks. And I did it on this taupe gingham. So I need to finish it. It's the one that's off center, but I'm just not gonna think about that. I don't care. I made a boo-boo. And then we have the one big one in here. Well, it's not big, it's bigger. Put these back in here. Because when Catchy gets here, I don't want this to be all over the table. Try to keep my mess contained. And then this guy here. So the Four Seasons Angel. I just got some done on the cornucopia of it. So I have a few pieces to work on for Thanksgiving throughout the year. Hopefully have them finished. I really thought I could stitch in the car on our trip and that I would have these done. That did not happen. So it is what it is. My goodness. I'm gonna try to stay somewhat organized here. And we're gonna zip this guy up. So that was my finish this week. I was glad to have it finished. I love it, it's so cute. Okay, then we have, that was my finish, which I forgot to write down. You'd think that was the big part. Ever So Grateful. That's Ever So Grateful by Threadworks Primitives. Okay, let's see who else we have here. Okay, now this is my Santa's Night Out by Hello from Liz Matthews. It is my piece from the Jingle Ball. It is gorgeous. I am on the struggle bus with it. I am having I'm having a little bit of a hard time seeing it. So even though Patty's been traveling and is even with her yet, she's probably ahead of me now. It's gonna be gorgeous, but it's just a little bit hard to see, and it's this gray mottled fabric. And the other thing that makes it a little bit tricky is because she wants you to get this really dense, full coverage. You're using 2 threads, pulling through 2 threads on 36 count. So that's a lot. So I'm gonna put this guy here so you can see it. And you can see last night I got sleepy and just put it down. So that's how it is when it's all finished. Adorable. And you can see I started the box for the December 25 right there. That's the only tricky part. After I get that plaid done, I feel like I'll be able to go really quick. The plaid, I'm just really having to pay attention because I don't want to mess up in my plaid pattern. Because as y'all can see, it is the cutest plaid pattern there. So I'm really trying to pay attention and stay on the right path to get it done. But like I said, you're pulling 2 threads through 36, and it's this dark mottled, and so it's a little bit hard to see. So I'm having to really focus, really pay attention to keep it on track. I'm gonna love it when it's done, like I said, and after I get the plaid done, I feel like everything else will go much faster. I just don't want to mess up my plaid pattern. So I'm having to try to focus. But last night I slept really good. Night before last was a 3 o'clock wake up call for me. It was one of those where you just wake up at 3 and you're sitting there like a hoot owl. So I tried to go back to sleep till 3:45, and I finally just gave up and got in the bathtub. So, mind the bags, or don't mind them, whichever. This is really well, I mean, she did such a nice job. I mean, getting it to us. These are the threads. I put my little symbols out by each one. Y'all know how I do when I get a kit. I put my little symbol out by each one, and then that way when you're stitching, you don't have to go back and forth to the key like that. So that works out nice. But like I said, I'm just having to really focus and really pay attention because I really don't want to mess it up, because it is really full coverage. That is really, there you go, you can see it now. So you're pulling those 2 threads through that 36. It's a lot. Now I haven't got my light board out yet. I probably should get my light board out and set it under the fabric, and then it would probably be easier to see. And I may try that this week so I can let y'all know if that makes a big difference or not. Because I do think it probably will. Santa's not out, that guy's there. So we'll see if I can remember to do that this week while cooking my turkeys and decorating for Christmas after that. So, because I haven't yet, well, as you can see. And I guess that's something else we need to talk about too in the middle of whips. Here we can, because if I don't do it now, I will forget. These are just some fall pieces that I bring in. These 2 are blackbirds, this one and this one. That one I think is called All Hallows Eve or Halloween Eve or something like that. This one I want to say is called Midnight Watch. I'm not sure if that's right or not. Maybe. If that's the wrong name, y'all have to correct me. This one is by the Drawn Thread. I think it is Simply Autumn, maybe. That one may be Simply Autumn. But it's one of the Drawn Thread ones. If you go to their website, you can see there are still available. That one was out of one of the Halloween issues. I thought I'd give it to my daddy, but the blue didn't turn out like I wanted it to, so I didn't. This is Autumn by the Cricket Collection. I've done every one but Spring of these, and I love them. I believe this was in one of the Halloween issues too. I don't know who it's by. It's just adorable little pumpkins. It may have been a standalone chart, I'm not sure. This one is Hey There Pumpkin by Hands On Design. The stockings are all by Blackbirds. Most of the ornaments are just out of the Halloween issues of different years of the Just Cross Stitch magazines. Except for this one, which I think is a Little House Needleworks, this fall back here. let's see, we're switching around. This is Bent Creek, Pumpkin of Leaves. This is Fall is in the Air is the name of this one, if I'm not mistaken. This is From the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. I want to say it's something Quaker. But I love this. I did change the face on mine so I could leave him out, and I added some purple. This is Think Autumn by Lizzie Kate. I do believe those are on 1, 2, 3 Stitch now. And this is the Autumn ABCs by Little House Needleworks. So I have a couple more pieces still scattered around, but not very many. For the most part, I pulled them all because they're more Halloween-y. So there's, like I said, a few more still scattered around, but for the most part right now, everything's kind of a blank slate in the, as far as stitching goes in the rest of the house. So I can start getting ready for Christmas. Because this table I will move when the Williams come over, and I'll move it to the end of this table. So we'll have one big long table. So this one here has drop leaves. I'll raise the leaves and put it at the end of this table. So we'll all be at one big table together. So all this will have to move to the mantle and things like that for that dinner. So I wanted to be sure and tell those because somebody asked about some of the ones in the background, and they're really, I've loved them for years. I've enjoyed, I do love seasonal stitching, and I love my seasonal displays. I don't know if it's from being at the flower shop too long that it gets to where that's a thing for you or not, but it's a thing for me. Okay, this is a mess I'm making right here. This is my AM 1918 sampler by Amy, Miss Flossie. Hey, Amy. It is gorgeous. And well, here it goes. It tells all this on here. So here's the picture of it. It's so cute. And I am doing it a little different in that I'm doing some of them with 2 threads and some of them with 1 to give it just a little. So I'm using 1 color, but I'm using 1 thread on the letters, and I'm using 2 threads on the border and the cross. And so you can see kind of the difference in the coverage you get, and it just makes it look different. So I'm gonna put this up on here so y'all can see. She was sweet enough to share one of these with, I think Mary got it. And I hope you're enjoying as much as I am. Let's see here. And I have a big stack of mail. I haven't been to the mail this week. So y'all's charts are sitting over there. Catch and I will go to the mail in a little bit. So here is the AM 1918 by Amy, Miss Flossie. And you can see right there, that's her name on Etsy. Right there, Mrs. Flossie. So cute. I believe this is, it's an antique reproduction. I won't take the time to read all the things on it, but so you can see how much more dense the border and the cross are than my letters. So I started on my letters this week. I also had to rip out my border because I realized I had a boo-boo. I had been doing 6 squares instead of 4 squares in each one. So I had to take my border out and start my border again. So that kind of slowed me down also up here. I love this piece. I'm using the anchor thread on spool. Right there. And it comes like this. That's the color of it. But it comes like your sewing thread, like this. I think Dottie sent me these. Somebody sent me these. If it wasn't Dottie, thank you, whoever it was. Thank you, Dottie, if it was. I've enjoyed using, I've used them on a couple of things, and it really is handy. It's different, but it is very handy having it like that because you just, unwind it. So this one is gonna be gorgeous. I think I'm gonna stitch it for my Amy and put it on my sampler wall in there in the front room. I realized that I forgot to do shares last week. I announced shares, but I forgot to do the other shares in my rush to get out of here to Fun Friday. I did get my lessons plans finished and turned in, so Fun Friday came off without a hitch last week. I was rushing like a maniac, but I made it. Okay, that guy can go here. Okay, who else? Let's see what's in here. Got a couple of bags here to look at. Okay, this is one that I brought in here because I wanted y'all to know I didn't forget it. So I'm not gonna put it on the board, but I hadn't been working on it because I didn't take it with me on vacation. So my Christmas rules I've got to get out, and this will be one of my Christmas stitches to start working on, because I set it aside when I traveled and forgot to get it back out and start working on it. So it is not going to be finished for Christmas this year, I'm pretty sure. But I mean, I'm at where the mug is right there. So right here is where I'm at. I did my mug gray. My white wasn't showing up so great. So I did my mug gray, and y'all know I don't like white things anyway. So I changed mine to gray right there, and I'm gonna love having it finished. I have two of these shutters. When I bought them, they came, you know, they were hinged like that. And so I took the hinge out, and then I will put it on the other one. So I'll have my winter on one, and then this Christmas rules on one also. So that'll work out great and be fun, but I pulled it out because I realized y'all probably thought, what in the heck, lady? But I made it. Made it back into the fold here. So that one has been fun, been neglected. It was going so fun, and then I forgot it. So I do feel like bad about forgetting that guy. Now this one is my Polar Plunge by Hands On Design. And I was working on the snowflake at the top last night when James Williams said, why don't you go to bed? So we went in there and put me to bed, and he stayed up watching, I don't know, one of his shows, Foundation or one of those things, which is, it's a fine show. I mean, I don't mind it. But he started watching it without me, so and y'all, let's face it, most TV shows, you could probably miss 6 episodes and still know what was going on. It's in all fairness. So he stayed up, probably watched a couple of episodes of that. Oh no, what did this come out of? Oh no, that goes in this. Hang on, I forgot to put my Floss book back in here. There we go. Okay. I am falling apart here. Okay, Hands On Design. This is my Wally the Walrus. I've finished 2 completely. I've finished this one and this one, I believe. Finished Well Hello There, and no, I have not done Well Hello There yet. I finished N is for Narwhal, and what is this one called? Polar Bear Peak. So I've finished and fully finished these 2 in the series. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if you count this one, I believe, in the series. So I've got these 2 stitched and fully finished, ready to display, which is nice. I'm working on Wally the Walrus, and then, Well Hello There, I still have to stitch in my stash. And I was waiting to find the other 2, so I did get them this week, so we'll come back in a minute. Wally the Walrus. He is so cute. Look at him. So I'm working on the snowflake right up here. It's right here. And so I just got the snowflake and my trees on the other side and we're done. So adorable. I really have loved working on these. They're just the cutest things. I just love them. They come together really quickly. They stitch up nicely. This is on a piece of 32 count, something sea sapphire, sea spray. 32 count sea spray. It calls for 32 count Polar Plunge Fabrics by Stephanie, but I had this piece of 32 count in my stash, so I decided to use it instead of adding another piece, so to my stash. So this one will probably get a finish today. I'll probably just push through and get this guy finished. I've got the other pieces cut out to do the other ornaments, and I bought these little boards from the 141 Design Company. And then I just followed her instructions. I bought the paper that has the snowflakes on it and stuff. So if you're ever stitching anything by Kathy Haberman and she gives you a tutorial, if you will follow it, it will work. Hers are just, a Kathy Haberman tutorial is like a Vanna tutorial. It is, if you listen and do what they say, it is flawless. It just comes together perfect. So perfect. So this guy's nearly done and he is so cute. So cute. So I have loved working on him and stitching him up, and he has been crazy fun. Love him, love him. So he has been making great progress. And is that my last one? Is that my last whip this week? That may be my last whip this week. Questions and comments, and I have some haul here. Oh, and y'all, before I forget to say it, if you go to Becca Sry Stitches, if you go to her Etsy shop, she has some really nice like floss boxes, and it has all, you know, it has and I'm using the wrong word, stitchy box. It's a stitchy box, and so it has some really cool things in it. Super nice. So if you get a second, jump on over there on Etsy and look at those. They would make a really nice gift for a stitcher or something. They're super nice, or for your gift to yourself. Some of us be our own Santas. I don't have to be. James Williams is a great gifter. I will say that about him. So, but don't forget to go over there and look at those. Look at Sry Stitches at her stitchy boxes and at Miss Flossie's charts. She's got several charts on there. So, oh, Bernice said resetting my house. I am a weirdo about resetting my house. After the girls left, I had to do a major reset because, you know, they move things around and they, you know, I just let them. I let them. But every night before I go to bed, the kitchen is straightened up, the counters are wiped down, the kitchen is kind of swept up. And then before I leave for work, I make sure everything is where it needs to be and ready to go. I mean, I could get hit by a bus, right? And then my kids would all have to show up here and other people would start showing up, and I don't want them to have any more stress. So, and I don't like stress. I like coming home and everything. I walk in that door, and if I had to if Martha Stewart and the Queen were standing on the front porch, I could open up the door and let them right on in and it would be okay. So I kind of do little mini resets throughout the day. And then, like I said, before I go to bed, I make sure, and then before I leave the house, I make sure everything's I try to never leave the house in a way that I couldn't open up the door and let anybody in if they followed me home, right? If they had to come in the door at the same time I did, I don't want clothes on the floor or, dishes everywhere. And I just don't like that. Some people really function fine like that. I don't function fine like that. If my bedroom's messy, I don't rest good. That's not me. That's not how I function well. If I had to guess, I would guess probably most people function better when things are in their place and it's going to be there and it's like this. But some people just, chaos works for you. And if it does, that's cool. It just does not for me. So I just do little resets throughout the day, before I go to bed at night and all that. And that way, we're ready to go. Before I left for work yesterday, I had dinner on in the crock pot. I came in, I had to go by the store after I left school. And when I came in, that's when I checked questions and comments and got my mail. I had a few pieces of mail to finish, got those done and like that. So it just keeps you from getting caught out. I don't like getting caught out. I don't like a mess. That's just not, it's not my comfort place. I'm not comfortable there. So if you haven't tried it, it's something to try, just a little reset, and then you're ready to roll. Especially during the holidays when you have, people show up, you have company, which is fabulous. That's what you want, right? I want people to come see me. So I know that the house, I may be looking a wreck, but the house is fine. I may look like I just crawled out from under the garage, but the house is fine. So that's what works for me. And Susan, the Prairie Schooler Christmas art, Susan and Patty and several of y'all sent to me the Prairie Schooler Christmas art was out and about again. And so we're going to look at my haul because I got me one. Lisa, whippets always look so sweet. I had a friend in school and she had a rescued greyhound and a rescued whippet that she got through some sort of a racing dog retirement group or something. I don't know how that all goes, but I've never seen a dog race. I don't know, but I've never seen a horse race. Okay. So I guess I need to get out more, y'all. But it was the sweetest dog. They would just look so sweet. And now they did, run a track around her backyard. They like to run, man. That thing ran like crazy. But it was just the sweetest nature, and it would, bow its head. Like, it was just the sweetest thing. So I bet your whippets were fun, are funny, because she said she used to show whippets, and they always just look super smart. So I bet that was fabulous. Okay, I've got my bracelet on. Nancy, Charlotte, all my breast cancer ladies, and all my cancer survivor people, not just breast cancer. This is for Miss Betty. I asked y'all to pray for her a couple weeks ago. Miss Betty at school volunteers. She comes around and brings us our pitchers of ice water and drops our snacks off with our microfiber rags that we clean with and stuff. And then she comes back and picks it up at the end of the day. And the kids love her. And then she goes, if you're a teacher and you have a child, your child has to be there earlier and stay longer than the other kids, right? And so Miss Betty goes around and she has a little bin of goodies and that she gives them. So they go around and she passes out it has little candies in it, and stuff like this. And so usually one of the kids goes around with her, and the kid carries the bucket, and the other teacher's kids get to pick a treat out of Miss Betty's bucket. And we were just devastated when we found out she was sick. And she's not going to get to be with us at Christmas because she's going to be going through her treatment. And, you know, the kids, being kids, you know, they just carry lots of little germs. And so, you know, they just decided it was best. And she did, if she just stayed gone during her treatment time, right? So she had her surgery. So she's got this window that she got to come back. But she sent us all this gift. She brought us this gift. She made us all tea towels. And this is the one that I got. I'm like, how adorable. Santa define naughty. I'm like, dude, and I think Brittany helped her pick it out for me. She made a bunch for us, and it has her little tag on there. But pray for Miss Betty and all y'all that have gone through cancer. Daddy's still doing his treatments. He's doing great. They went to Arkansas this week. My Uncle William passed. And so he and Annie have been out there in Arkansas with her family, with Aunt Judy, trying to get everything situated. But that is how sweet Miss Betty is. She knows she's not going to see us at Christmas. So she wanted us to go ahead and get our Christmas gifts that she made us. So she is precious. So love to Miss Betty and everybody who's going through treatments of any kind right now, because that's a lot. Charlotte, what kind of retreat are you going to at the Garden Inn there in Fort Walton? Let me know. They did have big convention rooms and stuff. So that looks super fun. So what kind of retreat are you going to? And Carol, thank you. You're very sweet. I appreciate it. I have haul here. I have been rushing these last couple of weeks, y'all, and I'm not sure what's going on. I'm just in a rush. I guess my brain's in a rush. This is the new color. One thing we need to talk about is the DMC new color that I didn't know was out, but it is in the hands-on design block party for the Jingle Ball. It's 22, and it's kind of a terracotta red looking color. Let's see here if I can find it. There we go. There it is against the white. But they have this new color out, 22. So I ordered it. I got it here because it was the only one that I couldn't find. I went into Joann's, my Joann's here in town, and grabbed the others that I didn't have, but they didn't have this new one yet. So I got it. And I got the other two from the Hands-On Designs Polar Plunge series that I didn't have. So cute, so excited. This one is Penguin Pear. Oh my gosh, how cute is that, y'all? It is just the cutest thing. Love, love, love it. And then I got, this one is Puffin Party. And it has the little puffins around on their rocks. So cute. So I think I have all of these now with the two I've done and the two in my bag. And so there they are. I love all these. They're so cute. I love the blue and the red gingham with the blue snowflakes. Just adorable. And then just the little hints of pink in here with the little fishes and the starfish and things. I just love this. So cute. And then thanks for the heads up, because here is my Christmas arc. Here is my Christmas arc. Prairie Schooler Christmas arc. Look at that. Love, love, love it. So here it is with all the animals under it, and then they show it here on the back with the animals done as little separate pieces underneath. So cute. And they moved some things around. They took the giraffes off the sides and things, so I think this piece is gorgeous. I've thought it was gorgeous for years. And so thank y'all for the heads up. And Patty Pin, your package is not on the way yet. Today I could go by, I think what I'm waiting for is there. So I've got a package coming to you too. And Anne, I have not got to call you back. It has been mayhem. My life has been mayhem lately, mayhem. And I don't think I showed y'all these last week. I don't think I had these. Keely and Catch. Did I show y'all these of him riding his little thing? He has a little blow up bull. Here, he was so excited when his daddy got home with him a new hat. And then his daddy gets him to say yeehaw. But here he is being the cow boss, helping his daddy count cows. And then here he is with his daddy. That's my youngest baby. Y'all can see their little hey dudes. The shoes they have on are matching. They have on their Wranglers. Keely has on his black vest and Catch has on his black hoodie. And then they have their hats on. So he has been wearing his hat ever since Keely got it for him. He is loving it. They're so handsome. There they are getting in the truck with Boo Boo down there at the bottom. So I don't know if I have it. Oh, the girls, they celebrated their 6 weeks of homeschool being done. Their first 6 weeks they made it through. So they went to the beach to celebrate. So they went with their mom and daddy. They all went and spent a day at the beach to celebrate getting their 6 weeks of school done. So that was fun. Okay, now shares, which I forgot to do last week, we need to do today. Real quick, it seemed like there was something else I was going to tell y'all. But I don't know what it was. Oh, I'm the beach girl. Did you send me your address? I have Googled every way. I thought you sent it to me. I cannot find it. Not Googled. I've searched in my phone. I thought you sent me your address, but I cannot find it anywhere. So send it again, please. And then we have, who else didn't I hear from the other day? I'm the beach girl. And then Cheryl Brumbaugh. Cheryl Brumbaugh. I didn't hear from you either on that guy. Okay, we have three of my three Thanksgivings and a Christmas here. Yeah, is that what I pulled? I pulled some to share today. Here we go. Oh, and this one. So I have one more. So I guess we have 5 today. Okay, so this is gonna be tricky. So the first one is a Christmas one. So cute. It's So Emma. It's called Oh Dear. Use the word dear if you're interested in this one. And make sure you spell it like this, like D-E-E-R. Because if you don't, it may not pull it up when I do the comment picker. So make sure you do D-E-E-R if you're interested in this precious thing. That is so cute. Then we have the heart in hand. So use the word heart. This one is gorgeous. It's a little sweet sampler. So if you're interested in this one, use the word heart, H-E-A-R-T, on here. Then we're gonna do the 3 Thanksgiving ones that I've completely finished. This one is hands-on design. Use the word November for this one. It's actually thankful and grateful, but use the word November on here if you're interested in this share. It's the one that I did in reverse. I used tan fabric and used kind of a orange and blue instead of the orange and white. So I loved it. This is Turkey Love by Homespun Elegance. Use the word turkey. If you're interested in this one, it is so cute. I loved it after I'd finished it up. Now I just need to turn it into the little pillow, maybe this week. I don't have school this week, so it should be a good week for stitching and finishing, except that, you know, I'll start trying to get everything down from the attic to get ready for Christmas. This one is Ever So Grateful by Threadworks Primitive. Use the word grateful. This one here, use this word here. So if you're interested in this one, use the word grateful. Grateful and proud. One of the daddies, the daddy of the little girl the little boy that kept dancing. Well, then he started getting in her face, you know, and I told y'all she was pushing him back, keep him out of her space. And afterward, he told her he was so proud of her for using restraint and not punching her friend. Because he was all up on her. And Frankie Ray, well, she held her own. She did good. She just kept moving him out of the way, and she was still doing her thing. And when he said that, all I could think about is when Micah was little, like I said, she didn't get caught up with other kids till she was in kindergarten. I had pneumonia when I was pregnant with her. And she was sickly when she was born. But by the time she got to kindergarten, she'd kind of got about caught up with other kids. And a little boy who we knew his grandma, we knew his mama, we knew all his family, but she liked to wear dresses. And he would throw her dress up. And so I called and talked to his mama, and he still kept did it again the next day. And I talked to the teacher the next day. He still did it again. I talked to the principal the next day. He did it again. And so when she came home and said he had done it again, a lot of y'all gonna frown on me for this, but I said, okay, we have gone to every person, every adult who should have handled this, and no one has handled this. So we're gonna handle this. So we had punching lessons, and I taught her how to punch and not to pull a punch. So I taught her how to punch and not punch for somebody's, aim at their nose, but punch for the back of their head. You're trying to punch through something. You're not stopping here, you're wanting to punch through, because I didn't want her to pull her punch. To this day, she has a right hook that is killer. It is killer. She's the only person who's ever broke her brother's nose. I mean, she busted it wide open. But they got to school the next day, and he did it again, and she delivered. And of course, his nose busted wide open, blood went everywhere, and I got the phone call from the school and the principal. And she said, you know, Denise, you're going to have to come down here. And I said, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm not coming down here, and she's not in trouble. And she said, yeah, she is. I said, no, ma'am. No, ma'am, she is not. I said, I talked to his mama, I talked to the teacher, and I talked to you. And none of y'all kept her safe. None of y'all kept him from doing something to her she did not want done. And that's not okay, and we're not acting like it's okay, and we're not ever gonna act like it's okay. So if she's in trouble, you need to realize that 4, 5, 8, and 11, which are the TV channels here, will be down there with me in the morning, and you can explain how it's okay for him to keep looking up her dress, but it's not okay for her to defend herself. So if you're okay with that, I'm okay with that. So you just let me know how I need to proceed with this. And she didn't get in trouble. And to this day, she can still defend herself. So Frankie Ray showing her restraint and just putting him in her place softly made me think about that. But I wanted to say that we need to, especially, and not just our daughters, we need to teach our children that there are avenues you use to try to stop things that shouldn't happen. But if ever a person is impinging on you personally, it's okay. You do what you gotta do. You do what you gotta do to take care of you. So don't forget to tell your kids that. Like I said, a lot of y'all are gonna give me the side eye right now. I can feel it. But we need to start learning as children that we have a certain amount of body autonomy, and that it's not okay for somebody else to act out on that. It's not okay. So Frankie Ray did the perfect thing. She just kept pushing him to the side, you know, because he was just going wild. He was going there, he got up like this, and he was in her face singing, you know, and all. But it's okay to teach our kids to shut down things that aren't okay. It's okay, just nope. No ma'am, no sir, nope. There is nothing wrong with that. And we need to start teaching our kids that, hey, don't let somebody plow over you. Don't let them. This was a very mild thing, but it made me very happy that she was comfortable enough to go, hold up, buddy, nope. Because that's what we have to do sometimes. And he is her friend. They're little friends. They play together and stuff. But he just got wound up on that stage, and she still shut him down. So I wanted to say that going into Thanksgiving, because the holidays are hard. They're real hard. Because a lot of personalities get in one space. So while we should always try to treat other people with graciousness, it's also okay to go, no, that's not okay. So remember that. Don't let the loud, obnoxious uncle get away with too much. It's okay with letting a little bit of stuff slide, but if somebody steps over the line, you need to let them know. Bubba, you just crossed the line. So, well, I hope we all had the most smooth sailing Thanksgiving ever. Just remember, don't get plowed over during the holidays, because it's okay to say enough is enough. It's okay to excuse yourself and go in the bathroom and sit in there and look on your phone. It's okay to pretend like you left the iron on and go home. It's okay, y'all. Whatever you got to do to take care of you is okay, and don't get guilted into anything else. So put your turkeys in the freezer tonight, or out of the freezer into the refrigerator tonight or in the morning if you have to cook them on Thursday. Don't stress out. You can always eat peanut butter crackers if everything goes wrong, because it's just about being together. It's not really about the food. So have a great Friday, have a happy weekend, and a great Thanksgiving, and enjoy your stitching. Bye.